let's look at this set. In the table shown below is the listing of players seeded from the highest 1 to lowest 32. So we're starting off at seed 1, Maria Sharapova, then we have Lindsay Davenport, then Amelie Morismo, then Kim Clijsters, Svetlana Kuznetsova, Elena Dementieva, and we go all the way up until Ai Sugiyama, Anna Lena Gronfeld, 1 to 32, everything is given. The names are pretty much immaterial until the question mentions it. Okay. This tournament has 4 knockout rounds before the final, which is to say, there are 5 knockout rounds. Even the final is a knockout round. There are 4 knockout rounds before the final, means there are 5 knockout rounds. In the first round, the highest seeded, seed 1, plays with the lowest seeded player, which is designated as match number 1 of the first round. The second seeded player plays with the 31st seeded player, which is designated as match number 2 of the first round, and so on. And this is how standard knockout tournaments work. Their eventual objective is to have seed 1 and seed 2 face off against each other in the final. So they start off the work in such a manner that the best seed and the worst seed face off in the early matches. The outcomes are expected to be something, and then later on it goes on reducing, so that in the final seed 1 and seed 2 face off against each other. Thus, for instance, match number 16, that is the last match of the first round, is to be played between the 16th seeded player and the 17th seeded player. Okay. Here you can also potentially see the way in which this sequence has been created is rank 1 and rank 32. Sum of the ranks is 33. Rank 2 and rank 31. Sum of the ranks is 33. Rank 3 and rank 30. Sum of the ranks is 33. If you keep on moving, rank 16 and rank 17, sum of the ranks is 33. In round 1, sum of ranks of players who are facing off against each other will necessarily be 33. Okay. In the second round, the winner of match number 1 of the first round plays with the winner of match number 16 of the first round and is designated as match number 1 of the second. Similarly, the winner of match number 2 of the first round plays with the winner of the match number 15 of the first round and is designated as match number 2 of the second round. Thus, for instance, match number 8 of the second round is to be played between the winner of match number 8 of the first round and winner of match number 7 of the first round. Again, if you notice, now winner of match number 1 of the first round, it is expected to be seed 1. He is the better seed. He or she is the better seed, and that person is expected to win. Similarly, match number 16 of the first round, the match against rank 16 and rank 17, the expectation is 16 would win that match because 16 has a better rank than 17. So in the second round, the expected sum of ranks. In the second round, the expected sum of rank is 17. Rank 1 will face off against 16. Now this storyline, if you know the theory, it is great. If not, then look at this diagram. This will perhaps help you get to the result. 1 plays against 2 in the final. The work does not start in the first round. The work starts from the final. In the final, we expect this to be the outcome. Now, in the previous round, sum of ranks here, the top 2 ranks face off against each other. In the previous round, the expectation is 1 will play against 4 and 2 will play against 3. If we go back even further, this is the semi-final. The semi-final matches would be 1, 4 and 2, 3. We go back even further. In the quarter-final, the expectation is the matches that would happen is 1, 8 and 4, 5 and 2, 7 and 3, 6. If you go back even further, the expectation is 116 and 8, 9 and 4, 13 and 5, 12. And oh, this is not looking very sweet. Let me make it better. The field. Okay. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay. Go back. 1, 8. Sorry, not 1, 8. 116. 8, 9. 4, 13. 5, 12. We go back, we get 215, 710, 314, and 6 and 11. These are the set of matches. See, this is the final. This is the final. This is the semi-final. This is the quarter-final. This very funnily is called the round of 16. This very funnily is known as the round of 16. And if we go even further back, we'll have the round of 32. I will try to create the round of 32 now. I don't know if I have enough space, but I'll try to create the round of 32. I can. 1 will play against 32. 16 will play against 17. Then 8 will play against 25. 9 will play against 24. 4 will play against 29. 13 will play against 20. 5 will play against 28. And 12 will play against 21. Here, in the first round, 2 will play against 31. 15 will play against 18. 7 will play against 26. 10 will play against 23. 3 will play against 30. 14 will play against 19. 6 will play against 27. And 11 will play against 22. Now see, the matches that happen in the first round, these are guaranteed. This is precise. We know this is guaranteed. Because the first round matches are something we have control over. This is how we are pairing people up. Now, from second round onwards, this is an expectation. This is not a guaranteed outcome. This is an expectation. We expect rank 1 to beat rank 32. We expect rank 16 to beat rank 17. We expect rank 8 to beat rank 25. We expect rank 9 to beat rank 24. But these are not guaranteed outcomes. It could very well happen that rank 1 ends up playing a bad game and rank 32 ends up playing a good game and 32 ends up winning. That can also happen. That can also happen. But this framework, again, this part of basic theory that everyone should be aware of. But in case you aren't, this breakup or this representation is something everyone should know. Okay. Now we have this storyline. We have this storyline. Now see, if an expected higher seeded player beats a lower seeded player, a higher seeded player, so rank 1 or seed 1 is better than seed 32. The expected outcome is 1 is winning. So that is termed as a normal match. But if rank 32 ends up beating rank 1, if rank 32 ends up beating rank 1, it is termed as an upset. If a lower seeded player beats a higher seeded player, it is known as an upset. So you need to know these terms related to knockout tournaments. First question. There are no upsets, that is a lower seeded player beating a higher seeded player in the first round, which is their way of telling us, okay, now for the round 2, this is not just an expectation, this is the precise outcome. This is the precise outcome, because if there are no upsets in the first round, in round of 16, all the top 16 ranked players will go. Okay. Only 2 matches of the second round result in upsets, and only 1 match of the quarterfinal result in upset. Only 1 match of the quarterfinals result in upset. What is the lowest possible seed number to play in the finals if 1 upset happened in the semifinals? So they have told us round of 16 is guaranteed. Here they have told us 2 upsets. Here they have told us 1 upset. And then we have to find out the lowest. Sorry. No. I have misinterpreted. There are 2 upsets here. There is 1 upset here. There is 1 upset here. There are 2 upsets here. Okay. So let's try and see the lowest available player in round 16. The lowest available player in round 16. If he causes an upset here, he can cause 1 more upset here. He can cause 1 more upset here and get to the final. See, this player, rank 16. If he causes an upset against rank 1 here, he will get to the quarterfinals. He again causes an upset because in quarterfinal there is 1 more upset available. So he upsets Player seeded 8 here, and he gets to the semi-final. And there is one upset in semi-finals also. This person gets to the final. I can get the player ranked 16 to the final. And we know he was the lowest available player. He was the lowest available player. So, can I be absolutely certain? Can I be absolutely certain that the least possible or the lowest possible seed number to play in the finals is 16, given that the player seeded 16 caused an upset in round of 16, in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals, and then manages to reach the final. So, answer to the first question in the set is 16. Now, when you're going back to solving, I'm getting rid of all this additional information because that may not be true for the subsequent questions. Okay, question 6 now. If it is known that no match in round 1 is an upset, no match in round 1 is an upset, and all the matches of round 2 ended in upsets. If all the matches of round 2 ended in upsets, can you see your quarterfinals would now be 16 versus 9, and then 13 versus 12, and then 15 versus 10, and then 14 versus 11. This would be your layout for the quarterfinals. No match ends in an upset in round 1, so round 16 information is now guaranteed. Because every match in round 2 ends in an upset, these are the players who are facing off against each other in the quarterfinal. Also, if in the quarterfinals and the semifinals, the number of upsets is half the number of players played in that round. Okay. Let's see. Quarterfinals is semifinal. Number of upsets is half the number of matches played in that round. Out of these 4, 2 matches have to end in upsets. Out of these 4, 2 matches have to end in upsets. There are 4 matches in quarterfinal, and in semifinals there are 2 matches. So out of those 2, 1 match has to end in an upset. Then how many different combination of seed numbers of players playing the finals are possible? Absolutely wonderful. The answer to this question is D. This has nothing to do with the seed numbers. This has everything to do with out of 4 matches in the quarterfinal, which 2 end in upsets. You select that in 4C 2 ways. And out of the 2 matches that are happening in the semifinals, which match ends in an upset, you select that in 1 way. So 4C 2 into 2, you get 6 into 2. There are 12 combinations available of the players who face off in the final. Now, in case you want to see what are those combinations, we can also do that. I'm simply trying to identify different cases that can get to the semifinals first. Different cases that can get to the semifinals. Let's say the first 2 matches ended in upsets. So you would have 16 and 13. And in this case, if the 2 matches ended in upsets, it would be no. These 2 matches have ended in upsets, so these 2 cannot. There are only 2 upsets possible. So 10 and 11. Now, this is one set of semi-finalists that you can have. From here, there is going to be one upset. So either 16 comes through, then 10 will come through, or if 13 wins, 11 can come through. These are the 2 sets of finalists we will get if this was an upset match and the second one was an upset match. And then here, 16 was an upset, or 11 was an upset. From here, we get 2 sets of finalists. If the first 2 matches ended in if the first 2 quarterfinals ended in an upset, then you get 2 sets of finalists. Okay. Let us turn that around and record it separately. Let's say the first and the third match ended in upsets. So you would have 16 and 12. You would have 15 and 11. These would be the players who make it to the semi-final. Now, if 16 wins, then 11 would win from here. So this is an upset. This is an upset. Your 16 is an upset who is coming through to the next round. If in the second match we had an upset, we would have 12 and 15. So you have another 2 unique sets of finalists identified. You would have another 2 unique sets of finalists identified. Or are they unique? I should be checking. No, maybe my working does not work out to be accurate. 1 minute. I will list out all possible cases and then whatever final pairings we are getting. First two I'll see as upsets. So 16 and 14, and here I'm getting 10 and 11. So either I can have 16 and 10, or I can have 13 and 11. So one pair in the final is 16-10, the other pair is 13-11. Okay. This is when the first two matches in the quarterfinal ended in upsets. Now the first and the third match I'm ending in upsets. So 16-12 and 15-11. So I can potentially have 16 and 11, or I can have 12 and 15. 16, 11, 12, 15. Okay. This is the storyline when the first and the third match in the quarterfinal end in upsets. Let us go first and the fourth match end in upsets. So I have 16 and 12 and 10 and 14. So I can have 16 and 10 again, or I can have 12 and 14. So nice. This reduces my work because 16-10 as a pairing in the final had already been recorded in an earlier case. So 16-10 is not a new case, but 12-14 is. We only write down 12 and 14. This gives me a new case. So far, I have taken care of all the cases. First and second match being upsets in quarterfinal, first and third match being upsets in quarterfinal, first and fourth match. Now I should be looking at second and third match being upsets. So 9 and 13 and 15 and 11. So I can have 9 and 15 in the final, or I can have 13 and 11 in the final. Okay. 13, 11 is already recorded. So a new pairing that can potentially get to the final is 9 and 15. Okay. Second and third match I have seen as upset. Now see, let me see second and fourth match. I could have 13 and 9 and 10 and 14. So I can have 9 and 14 in the final, or I can have 13 and 10 in the final. So 9, 14, 13, 10. I've got these two new pairings. Okay. And the final case to check is if the last two matches in the quarterfinals were upsets. So you have 15 and 14, and from here you have 9 and 12. So 9 can face off against 15, or 12 can face off against 14. But these are not new cases because 12, 14 is already recorded, 9, 15 is already recorded. So my answer initially was mistaken. My answer was mistaken. It is not 4C2 into 2C1. I have to make individual cases. And how many different combinations of seed numbers of players playing the finals are possible? These are the 8 combinations possible. So answer should be option C, 8. Wonderful. Thankfully, I realized it before proclaiming the wrong answer. Good thing I checked also. Okay, next question. Now, exactly 5 of the even numbered matches in round 1 and exactly 3 matches in round 2 were ended in upsets. Okay, exactly 5 of the even numbered matches in round 1 and exactly 3 matches in round 2 were ended in upsets. If Lindsay Davenport and Elena Dementieva lost in round 2 and Elena Bovina won in round 3, then who could possibly play with Anastasia Miskina in the finals? In the event, Anastasia reaches the finals. Now, what is important is Anastasia Miskina reaches the finals. So rank 13 is reaching the final. In which half is rank 13? 13 is here. 13 is here. So if Anastasia Miskina rank 13 is reaching the final, 13 is here. So the opponent for rank 13 will be from the second half, from the bottom half. And we know Lindsay Davenport is what rank? Is rank 2. Lindsay Davenport lost in round 2, so she cannot be reaching the final. Elena Dementieva lost in round 2. Dementieva is rank 6, so she lost in the second round. It doesn't matter. And Elena Bovina won in round 3. Elena Bovina is what rank? Where are you, Elena Bovina? I can't find Elena Bovina. Daniela Hantukova, Dinara Safina. Where are you, Elena? Elena Bovina is rank 16. Okay, 16 lost in round 3. So in quarterfinal, 16 lost. Doesn't matter. See, 16 is mentioned here. 2 is losing out here. And we were also told there were exactly 5 even numbered matches in round 1. Don't care. 2 is losing out here. 6 is losing out here. 6 is losing out here. And Bovina is losing or is winning round 3. Don't care. Bovina is losing 1 in round 3. So 16 1 in round 3. Don't care. We know from that half of the tourney, Miskina came to the finals. Can I say now, if I'm looking for the potential opponent for Anastasia Miskina in the finals, Nathalie Deshi. She's ranked 15. Can 15 get to the finals? Doesn't seem like there is an objection. 15 can get to the finals. In place of 2, 15 goes here, causes whatever many upsets, gets to the final. So she can get to the finals. But at this time, I cannot happily mark A as the answer because there is an option which says all of the above. So I have to check other options. Let's look at Amélie Mauresmo. Amélie Mauresmo is rank 3. Can rank 3 get to the finals? Very much so. There is no information about Amélie Mauresmo or rank 3 that disables it from reaching the finals. So even Amélie Mauresmo can reach the finals. Given that A and B are both acceptable, now I can happily mark option D as the answer. Now I can mark option D as the answer. But in case we want to also check Patty Schneider, let's look at Patty Schneider. Where is she? Rank 11. Rank 11 is winning in second round. She can get to the finals as well. All 3 of them can potentially reach the finals. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option D, all of the above. Last question in the set. If in the first round, all even numbered matches and none of the odd numbered ones result in upsets, which is to say, all the players who have reached round of 16 are odd numbered players. Okay, so I would have 1 versus 17 and 25 versus 9 and 29 versus 13 and 5 versus 21. This would be the first half of the tournament. The second half would be 31 into 15, 31 versus 15, 7 versus 23. I think I need more space. And then 3 versus 19. And finally, 11 versus 27. These would be the matches in the quarterfinal. If in the first round, all even numbered matches and none of the odd numbered matches resulted in upset, in the quarterfinals, this would be the set of matches. And there are no upsets in the second round, which means in the next round, I have 1 versus 9, 13 versus 5, 15 versus 7, 3 versus 11. These are the matches that are taking place in the next round, in the quarterfinals now. These are the matches that will take place in the quarterfinal now. Okay. Then who could be the lowest seeded player facing Maria Sharapova in the semifinals? Maria Sharapova is rank 1. So 1 has definitely moved on to the semifinals. Now, if I'm seeking a potential semi-final opponent for Maria Sharapova, it has to be either 13 or 5. Given that we are looking for the lowest seeded player, it has to be rank 13. It has to be rank 13. So the lowest seeded player that Maria Sharapova can face in the semifinals is player seeded 13, who is Anastasia Miskina. So the answer to the final question has to be option A, Anastasia Miskina. And that is the entirety of this set. See, a lot of, well, this video may be potentially long, but this is based on the idea that I've tried to cover a little bit of theory recording style for knockout tournaments. If you knew it beforehand, then perhaps creating this entire table beforehand was not necessary. Even working backwards would have been enough. So hopefully you learned something. That will be all for this set.